Welcome into PFF HQ. Austin Gayle here with senior analyst Sam Monson, helping me continue our State of the Franchise series. We're going to Jacksonville, talking Nick Foles, Leonard Fournette and company. With them bringing in Nick Foles, they paid him a lot of money to be that leader in the locker room, but he's not leading a host of talent. You look at his surrounding cast, specifically the receiver room, there's not a lot to fall in love with. D.D. Westbrook has shown flashes, but outside of him, there's not a lot there for Nick Foles to, really turn this team around after what was an underwhelming season in 2018.
Yeah, this has the recipe to go pretty badly, pretty quickly. You've got Nick Foles, who in and of himself is a wildly inconsistent quarterback throughout his entire career, really. But even just his time with the Eagles, he had the two highest graded games we've seen from an Eagles quarterback over the past few years, higher than anything Carson Wentz has done, and they came in the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. So the two most important games that franchise has played in, arguably ever. He's also got the three worst games we've graded over that period as well. So the very best and the very worst quarterback play we've seen in Philadelphia came from Nick Foles. Now you're bringing him over to Jacksonville. You're paying him money to be the starter, to be the good Nick Foles the whole time. But where are the players he's throwing to? It's D.D. Westbrook and a bunch of guys who cobbled together might make a decent wide receiver, but in and of independently or not. You've got some pretty impressive athletes. You got DJ Chark, who's a real speedster, Chris Conley, another big-bodied speedster, Terrell Pryor, another big-bodied speedster. You've got a lot of big wide receivers that can run, but none of them have really been able to put together a extended period of quality play at the NFL level, with the exception of Terrell Pryor, who had that one impressive-looking season in Cleveland before things went off the rails.
And all three of them, you speak to their athleticism, they're also, just like Nick Foles, very inconsistent. He doesn't have the receiving core he had in Philadelphia. No. He definitely doesn't have the offensive line he had in Philadelphia. This is a tough supporting cast. They are going to be leaning on the running game. They added Raquel Armstead, Temple guy, in the 5th round to work with Leonard Fournette. But again, that offense is going to be underwhelming, forcing this Jacksonville Jaguars team to lean on the defense like they did in 2017 that went on that playoff run.
Right, and in the league that's trending ever more pass happy, they've loaded up on running backs who haven't been able to get the job done in the past themselves either. So yeah, I agree with you. I think if this offense is going to have any shot, it's going to be because the defense got back to its 2017 level, and the offense just needs to tick over and be good enough to not lose them the game because the defense is so suffocating. And it has the talent to get back there. That front four is still really formidable. Yannick Ngakoue is a devastating speed rusher. Calais Campbell is a pretty good pass rusher in his own right, plus a monstrous run defender as a defensive or an edge defender. Inside, you got Marcel Darius. You've got some real quality up front. And then the secondary should be really good as well. We had Jalen Ramsey take a bit of a step back last year, but cornerback is this highly volatile position in terms of how well guys are going to grade, just because of sort of how dependent they are on what comes their way from a passing standpoint. So we could see Jalen Ramsey bounce back to where he's been. You've still got A.J. Boye. That defense could get back to where it's been, and it kind of needs to for the offense to be anything.
And you didn't even mention that front four. They added Josh Allen in the 1st round, our highest graded pass rusher this past season, a guy we really liked, had a chance to interview at the University of Kentucky. He's a guy that you throw him in with Calais Campbell and Yannick Ngakoue in a contract year. That's what maybe not the missing piece, but a guy that can take this defense back to 2017 levels.
And they should be really well situated to get all three of them on the field at the same time, because Calais Campbell essentially played as a 3 technique back in Arizona. He was an interior defender they kicked out to the edge in Jacksonville. If there's a player born to kick back inside when they go to edge or sub packages to get Josh Allen and Yannick Ngakoue on the edge, Calais Campbell should be able to do that in his sleep and allow them to get their 3 best pass rushers on the field when they want to.
That is very exciting for the Jaguars defense. Calais Campbell inside, and then you have Yannick Ngakoue and Josh Allen rushing opposite of each other. Very good stuff. With Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Bouye on the back end, I'm excited about the Jaguars defense. Offense, maybe not so much. For more content like this, go ahead and subscribe to PFF's YouTube channel, or better yet, go to the site at pff.com.